So let's talk about the debate in the race that everybody is talking about for sure, the race for Senate here in Massachusetts. Let's talk about it with Cosmo Macero. He is from O'Neill & Associates. Maryanne Lewis, a former state representative. Quick takeaway, Cosmo.
Clearly, Scott Brown came ready for a fight. Elizabeth Warren looking maybe for a college debate. But this is a fight. It's a street fight in the political sense. He landed more body blows. He made more points. He made more arguments per minute. You got to give the edge to him on that. It's a good thing for Elizabeth Warren. She's got 3 more debates to come back because she's going to need that time to prepare and be ready.
Maryanne?
I'm not sure people stayed with the facts. Maria, I haven't reached for my calculator that often since I used it to cheat on my chemistry exams in high school. So when they were throwing around facts and figures, I think you lose people in the minutia of that type of detail. I think Brown helped himself because he came across, in addition to his nice guy image, as being senatorial, intelligent, knowledgeable about the issues. I think Elizabeth Warren came across as professorial, at times seeming like a chiding professor to a student. And I think her issue is she has no public record to talk about. She's worked largely in the private sector.
Right.
I think Brown came out very effectively and went after her Achilles heel, which is the issue about her heritage.
Yeah,
And
right
that's
off the
bat. Go ahead, Cosmo.
Right off the top on the heritage. Look, the moderator opened the door there. Scott Brown just kicked it right down. I actually think in the end that could have been good for Professor Warren. You get that issue. It was a couple of uncomfortable moments for her. Get it out of the way early. Then you have the rest of that hour to create moments for yourself. The problem was she didn't really do it. She didn't create enough moments to put Senator Brown on his heels, and she winds up losing the debate.
I think the memorable moments on this debate, absolutely the edge goes to Scott Brown. He went after Achilles heels on the heritage. He pointed out that she's part of the 1 or 2% that we keep talking about in the fact that what her salary is at Harvard University and her husband's. So the memorable punches, I agree with Cosmo, absolutely the nod goes to Scott Brown.
Yeah, I mean, there's sort of a sleepy little can't we all agree issue on college debt and the cost of college education. And boom, he ties it directly to her household income of $750,000 working in higher education. That was an important moment there and a real tough one for Professor Brown.
I think that the undecideds are probably still undecided and looking forward to the next debate, Maria.
And we're going to have a whole bunch more coming up for sure. But I think a lot of people were watching this one in particular. Interesting, we keep saying Professor Warren, and some people are saying that's very deliberate when the senator calls her that.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's designed to reinforce a notion and an idea about Elizabeth Warren. I think it will work even better after tonight because there's a negative association now with college debt and the high cost of a college education and her household income.
Right.
I think that was an important point for him to make.
I think the other takeaway is I think he did an effective job of highlighting the issue of trust and character. And he did that through her association with the higher cost of higher education and in the administrative costs and the salaries.
You know, Maryanne, I thought it was interesting. He threw Senator Kennedy's name around there a couple of times, talked about his truck. Surprised?
No, not at all. You know, everyone expected the truck reference. You know, it was done appropriately and artfully. And let's face it, he's a Republican, and by the numbers, unless you get some Democrats to vote for you if you're a Republican, you don't win races in this state. So I'm not surprised that he invoked Senator Kennedy's name, and I expect that we will see more of that. He's run ads, you know, highlighting Democrats who are supporting him, who have held elected office.
Cosmo, last word.
Something people haven't been talking about in a while. He really brought back into the fore here with the Travelers Asbestos case. I think that's going to have a lasting impact. I think you'll see that perhaps in ads and campaign messaging going forward. I thought that was an important moment for him also.
Effectively made point. I agree, because she talks about being on the side of working people, but as he effectively pointed out, she is part of the 1%.
We could talk the entire night about this, but we ran out of time. Cosmo Macero, O'Neill & Associates, and former Representative Maryanne Lewis. Appreciate it, both of you.